Kingdom Hearts, the series which has stolen many of our hearts. It's been going for a long 15 years now, and we're still eagerly waiting for the third numbered entry in the series to come out. Now, as many of you are probably all aware of, Kingdom Hearts is a hard series to get into considering the amount of games that this series has. And that includes the compilation packages which have come out over the last few years, both for the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4. From an outsider's perspective, it definitely looks intimidating, but once the series draws you in, there's no escaping it. No, without any further ado, let's take a look at all these games which have been released since the series started all those years ago. Have you ever started something which you can't be bothered to finish? Such as, oh, I don't know, let's say you start a marathon, but you literally cannot be bothered to finish the marathon just because it's so long. Well, that's Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep for me. Now, before you get angry and start throwing pitchforks at me, hear me out. Birth by Sleep is a very, very good game. For its time, it was a very impressive PSP title, and it was also the first game in the series to include multiple character stories, which was definitely a first for the Kingdom Hearts series. But for me, I always get through one story and can never be bothered to finish the rest. It took me a couple years before I beat Birth by Sleep for the first time fully. I don't know. The game is really solid and is one of my favourites, but it doesn't really do anything amazing in the gameplay department. It has always felt like a dumbed down Kingdom Hearts 2 to me. However, my favourite part about Birth by Sleep though is the story. Oh my god, the story. I love the story. It's just like Ben & Jerry's cookie dough ice cream. It's just beautiful. If you do not like Ben & Jerry's ice cream, then get out. All kidding aside, Birth by Sleep was a very solid game, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough to beat the other games on this list. Back in 2011, I was still in school, back in a time where Kingdom Hearts 3 was still just a myth to behold. Well, around that time, Dream Drop Distance was announced. I remember hating this game because it wasn't Kingdom Hearts 3. Oh man, what a child I was. However, when the game released, I actually really loved it. The gameplay felt refreshing and a little overpowered to say the least. It had the same combat system which Birth by Sleep had, and I was really content when playing this game. However, as time gone on, my love for the game has indeed dwindled. Why, you ask? I don't know. Actually, I do know. For a 3DS game, it was very impressive. However, when it re-released on PS4, that's when I started to notice the game's flaws. The gameplay in this definitely did more to move the series forward than other titles in the series, but the gameplay wasn't the main problem this time around. The worlds in this game just felt so lifeless. That is my main issue with the game. It doesn't feel as well built as previous installments. It almost feels rushed in some kind of way. Saying that, the story was pretty good, albeit a little bit confusing to those who are picking up the game for the first time. But there were moments in this game which I really enjoyed, especially near the end of the game where we get some really deep cutscenes to do with certain characters. And to close this part off, all I'll say is when I saw that secret ending teasing Kingdom Hearts 3, I literally screamed with excitement. Those were hopeful days. And here we are still waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Stop moaning about Kingdom Hearts 3. We are making it ash-hole. Carry on with the video or meet your destruction.
The original Kingdom Hearts. It's like a fine wine, just so innocent and untouched by ludicrous plot holes and characters. For me, the original Kingdom Hearts is what a Kingdom Hearts game should be all about. This is the only game, in my opinion, which really had a huge focus on the Disney worlds and the Final Fantasy aspects, which the foundation of the series was built on. The story was also more simplistic to a point, and the gameplay is just what every Kingdom Hearts game should be like, to me. Excluding the awkward platforming and tank controls, because nobody liked that. Replaying this game on PlayStation 3 really made me see how beautiful this game actually can be graphically. For a game that was made 15 years ago, it certainly aged well. I can't really say that about the characters' default faces though, they look ugly as hell. And also the stiff character models and weird animation don't look great in this day and age either. But these are all just nitpicks. Kingdom Hearts for me is the only game in the series that has the right balance of everything. This goes for the story and gameplay. For a younger version of me, this game was perfect. And it still would be perfect if it wasn't for these two games on my list. Kingdom Hearts 3, are you even real? Do you even exist? Will you come down from the clouds so that you may grace us with your presence? No? No? Okay then, I guess 0.2 Birth by Sleep will do for now then. Yes, I have put 0.2 Birth by Sleep on this list, and that is for one very simple reason. I freaking love this game. For someone who has been waiting patiently for Kingdom Hearts 3 for all of these years, to finally get a taste of what is yet to come was really amazing. It was really difficult to go back to older Kingdom Hearts games because of this game. It feels like playing Final Fantasy 15 and going back to Lightning Returns. It just feels slower and just not as good. Now, this game is only a couple hours long, but I've always believed that you don't really need a long game for it to be good. I'd much rather have 2 hours of greatness over 50 hours of dull and repetitive gameplay. This game's story is okay. I'd say that it's the only real weak point to the whole package. The story just doesn't really do anything to move the story forward to Kingdom Hearts 3, even though it's a prologue to Kingdom Hearts 3. The only cutscene that really moved the story forward was the ending. In terms of gameplay, it is just so buttery smooth. For me, this is as good as Kingdom Hearts gameplay can get. Plus, everything is so shiny now because it's running Unreal Engine 4. Do you know what? If this is what the future of Kingdom Hearts is looking like, then I'm definitely on board. I think we all saw this one coming. Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of my favourite games of all time. In my eyes, it's the ultimate Kingdom Hearts game, from the story and the gameplay. Everything just hits the right notes in this game. It builds on what the original Kingdom Hearts had and turns it into a bloody masterpiece. Now, the only big problem that I have with this game is that goddamn tutorial! My god, it is so hard to start playing Kingdom Hearts 2 because of this tutorial. But I love Roxas as a character, so I'll let it pass. The game itself is just so polished and well made. The game still has some weird acting and animation in places, but it isn't as noticeable as the original. Also, the story is my favourite in the entire series. It also introduced all my favourite characters from Kingdom Hearts, such as Axel, Xemnas, and Phoebe. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, as this is the first countdown that I've done in over 2 years. I think it's been over 2 years. I think the last one I did was in 2015. Let me know what your favourite Kingdom Hearts games are down below. And until next time, guys, I shall speak to you all later on.
Hello, Sora.